Hey everyone, Mr. Riley here, and welcome to this special edition from George Fisher Middle School in Carmel, New York. November is Native American Heritage Month, and today we're going to do a special lesson dealing with Native American culture that often gets overlooked and forgotten in American history. Today we're going to explore one of America's first treaties between Native Americans and Europeans, called the Row Wampum Treaty back in 1613, over 400 years ago. Back in 2013, I first became aware of this Row Wampum Treaty when the Native Americans sailed from Albany down to New York City in kayaks in 2 rows. Since I couldn't have my students kayak down the Hudson River, I decided to do the next best thing and have them walk 1 mile in parallel lines where they were expected to go side by side to recreate the European way of life as well as the Haudenosaunee or native way of life. Back in 1613, the Dutch had settled in the area today known as Albany. Back then they called it Fort Orange, and they were often destructive, and the Haudenosaunee were in the area, and they wanted to make a treaty that accepted the native way of life as well as the European way of life. The Haudenosaunee decided to create wampum not as a currency, but rather as a living record to document the agreement between the Dutch and the native people. Many memories are embedded into these wampum belts, with the colors, symbols, and designs all having cultural meaning for the Haudenosaunee. The Row Wampum Agreement meant that the two cultures would go through life side by side in friendship, peace, and harmony. Both sides agreed not to pass any laws telling each other what to do, but rather going through life side by side. In the 400 years since the Row Wampum was agreed upon, the Haudenosaunee have never broken the treaty and have never told the Europeans how to live their lives. On the other hand, in the past 400 years, the Europeans and Americans have passed laws that have tried to take away native land and also change their culture and way of life. By having the students walk 1 mile on this Row Wampum walk, we are recommitted to the values of respecting each other's cultures, Most Americans have no clue about what the Row Wampum is, but here at GFMS, we're trying to revive the Row Wampum and the ideas that it represented back in 1613. As students take the 1 mile walk here at GFMS grounds, they're encouraged to talk amongst themselves and develop friendships that will hopefully last a lifetime. November is also a time of seasonal change, and it's important for us to look around and to respect the natural world and to appreciate what we have and try to preserve it for future generations. This Row Wampum walk allows students to take in nature, get some exercise, and enjoy the fresh air. George Fisher Middle School is part of the Hudson River region, and this area is known for its beautiful fall foliage, which the students get to take in on their walks. The Row Wampum Agreement was written back in 1613 and forgotten by most Americans. But here at GFMS, we are recommitted to the understanding of cultures and the need for us to work together as we move forward. So as we all walk through life side by side, let us renew the values of the Row Wampum Agreement. The Row Wampum Walk represents a renewal of peace and friendship, as we reconnect with the land. The two Row Wampum Agreement was agreed upon in 1613, and it was meant to last forever. The Haudenosaunee defined forever as long as the grass is green, as long as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So the two Row Wampum Agreement should still be going strong today. So wherever you are, take the time to get out and enjoy nature and study from the past, such as the two Row Wampum, and then share it with some friends and get some exercise along the way. So thank you for taking this walk with us as we learned a little bit about the two Row Wampum Treaty, and now go spread the word. So bye for now, and keep living history. Peace and friendship.